Hi, welcome to Wilco Whites. I'm Sean. Let's get straight into it. Presser. James and Rodon are fine, back in training. Obviously rested for the Millwall game on Saturday. Justified. If they both got little knocks, give them that rest. They needed it, along with Brendan Aronson as well. Bamford's still out, not even back in training. Surprise, surprise there. And we don't seem to learn from his mistakes, do we? Max Vober, knee surgery, out for 6 weeks. Wow. I don't know why it took so long to get this diagnosed. We've known for weeks now that he's had knee problems. Should we have brought somebody in? Is that another conversation we could have? I don't know. We seem to just leave it till last minute, don't we? And it doesn't look like he's not going to feature much at rest of the season. I can't see it. So that leaves us light in defence again. Now, yeah, we've got Ampadu who can play there, and Pascal Stroik's back. But again, if something happens to say Joe Rodon, we're going to see Ampadu play at right side of defence. It's not the best situation, but we had this similar with Pascal Stroik last season, where we waited, and then he had to go for surgery. Yes, it was, wasn't it? And then it just leaves us slightly light. A bit disappointed with that. He was asked. Schmidt was mentioned, which is fantastic. It's about time this guy got a bit of recognition. For me, Sam Chambers and Isaac Schmidt were the only players to come out with any praise from the Millwall game. Everybody else was poor. Schmidt, again, he does like what he sees. He's improving. He's got a good attitude, which was something we all thought might have been one of the reasons why he wasn't in the squads for the past few games. I think he's played himself into the squad for the Tuesday's trip. Obviously behind Bogle. It's good options to have. I liked what he said about, these players who are performing well. It keeps everybody else on the toes. It's good to see. It's now going to keep Bogle on his toes because he knows Schmidt's there wanting his place in the team. He can also do a job at left back if needed as well. Sam Chambers, yeah, it was a good debut for the young 17-year-old. He did. I liked what he said about not putting him into the central areas because it's where it's the busiest, so it won't put as much pressure on him. So that's why I started him out wide. But I think long term we can see Sam Chambers playing more central as he sort of develops in his game and physically, which again Daniel Farker touched on about the physicality. Again, I didn't think he did too bad though physically, but he is only young and he will develop. But yeah, praise for both them, which was justified. Then asked about contracts. Again, and he's right. They're not going to discuss contracts. Not when we've got games every 3 days. I don't know why they keep asking this question. He did mention there's going to be discussions regarding Firpo and Joshua Gilavogi. I don't know why they're even going to think about offering Gilavogi a new contract. He's just not good enough. Even if we get in the Premier League, no chance. He's not good enough for the Championship, I don't think. I think he's just saying it for the sake of saying it. He's not going to come out and say no. We're not going to be offering him. And the fact he said we do like him. We do like his quality. What quality? I haven't seen it yet. Off Gilavogi. Firpo, different story. I'd like to have him for another 12 months. To 2 years. My gut feeling feels though he's going to go back to Spain on a free at end of the end of his contract, but we will see on that. Then the Portsmouth fixture change, which is disgusting. He talked about how there's pros and cons to it. Obviously, the fans are going to be the ones that feel it the most, and it's been moved to a Sunday dinner time kickoff. I mean, without the fans actually now having to stay over, on the Saturday night. It's going to be hard. They're going to have to be setting off at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to get down to Portsmouth, which is disgusting. I totally understand it from a fan's point of view. He did mention though about how it is all for TV, and yes, it's money into the club. And I know, we sing the chant about Sky TV and all that, but if we weren't shown on the TV, would we also have issues? So you can't have it all. There's pros and cons to it. It doesn't help when we've got midweek games and they could put us back another day maybe, or, slightly give us that extra day for rest, because it does help. But we're used to it. We're a big club, biggest club in the Championship. They want to put us on and show us. So it's just part and parcel of being a big club, and we're just going to have to take it on the chin. But I do feel for the fans. I really do. I saw a quick video which Graham Smith did, and he said maybe the way we get around it is that we'd boycott games, the fans. That would be hard to do, I know. Obviously, especially the Leeds fans, the following that they give the club, especially away from home. But it would have to be collective. Who starts that off? I don't know. Good idea though. Boycotting when there's no atmosphere in the grounds, because we do, as an away fan base, bring the atmosphere to every ground. So maybe that's something that we as a club could look at, but it would have to be a collective across all clubs for anything to change in regards to fixture congestion. So let's move on to Watford. We kick off at 7:45 tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Away from home we are. Now, there has been they have got a lot of injuries, Watford. They've got up to 7 players. Not only injuries, but there's been a virus going around the club as well. Backman, Barr, Duomo, Caleb Wiley, Rocco Vatta's had the virus. He's also mentioned, as Tom Cleverley, that Yasser Larouci and Angelo Ogbonna have also had this virus that could possibly be available for the game tomorrow. He did mention also in his presser, Tom Cleverley, that the game against Sunderland, the 2-2 draw against Sunderland at the weekend, it really took it out on him. There's muscle fatigue, there's cramping. Apparently some of the best running stats have been in some of the best this season. So they really gave 110% against Sunderland, and they nearly got the result that maybe they deserved. I'm not sure. So they are feeling the effects of the Sunderland game, which is good for us because we did manage to rest a lot of players. We can have questions regarding the lineup for the Millwall game, but it did give the players that were needed the rest, i.e. Rodon's, James, Aronson's. Looking at the table now, Watford are sitting in 10th, played 31, won 12, drawn 6, lost 13, scored 42 goals, but they've also conceded 44. They're not on the best of form, drawing the last game, losing 3 and winning 1 in the last 5. So they're not at the best, and obviously with the injuries and suspension and this illness going around, they're going to be light. Going to be light with bodies in that department. Looking at the home form, quite good is the home form. They've only lost 4 all season at home, winning 9 out of the 15 and drawing 2, scoring 20 goals and conceding 13 at home. So they do quite well at home. Ourselves, we are going to be back to full strength. It's going to be you're going to have see, like I said, obviously Melee is going to come back in. Bogle does Rodon play with Ampadu, or does Pascal Struijk come in and we see Ampadu move back into the midfield, i.e. with Tanaka? That's a possibility. Or does Ampadu stay in the defensive position with Rodon, which we have done well with over the past few games, apart from the Millwall, but that were a different lineup. Interesting. And does he play Gruev? I think he would play Gruev in there with Tanaka if that does happen. That's probably nailed on. Touching on the Watford squad now, Kayembe is attacking midfielder. He's got 7 assists, 1 goal. Jack Vedette's decent player, 5 goals, 2 assists this season. Also Pollock, a defender, he's come up with 4 goals. Does that say that they're good with set pieces? Possibility. It's a possibility, but again, we've got enough to nullify them. I am predicting 3-0 win. I think with the injuries to Watford and the fact we will now want to come out and make a statement, from the result of Millwall, which was disappointing. I do believe that we will get the result tomorrow night, which will keep us top of the league. Let's have a look at the other games. So Monday, sorry, let's put this on that. So we have tomorrow. There is Lascelles playing. There's nobody. Yeah, so Burnley and Sheffield United are not playing probably until Wednesday. So yeah, so Sheffield United play Middlesbrough Wednesday at home, and that'll be a tough game for Sheffield Wednesday. Sunderland are also at home against Luton Town. They should be winning that. Burnley are at home versus Hull City. I could see that being a draw. Hull City haven't been doing too bad lately. Or they do have, Hull City do have a lot of injuries, but they've had some decent results, and they beat Sheffield United 3-0. Was that in the Championship? Let's have a look. It was. They smashed them up, didn't they? Of course it was. And good win against Millwall. So yeah, it could be a tricky game for Burnley, that one. It really could. But we will see. So anyway, that's it for me. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the videos. Please check out my other videos. I did a live yesterday. Didn't go too bad. Say it was a Sunday afternoon when everybody were having a dinner. Maybe not the perfect time to put it on, but anyway, we did one because there was some things I had to get off my chest we had in the Millwall game, but that's been said now. So please go check that out. And that is it. So I will do a match review possibly Wednesday. So see you later. Ciao.